Hey YouTube, Common Collector here, and today I am bringing you my updated Toon deck profile. Now I've been doing a lot of work on this deck, and now I have finally come into a going second build that I really enjoy. The new Toon support is really solid. It helps to pack a really great punch. Overall, all the new cards from the Toon Chaos set was really amazing. If you guys have not yet seen my Toon Chaos unboxing, please go do so. I ended up getting factory error boxes, and out of only 2 boxes of Toon Chaos, I pulled 7 collector's rares. Yes, 7 collector's rares. I am not kidding you. It is not clickbait. Please go click on the video. I'll try to leave a link in the description below, or you can just find it on my channel. I highly recommend you guys watch it. It is a very popular video right now on my channel, and it just needs more views. So overall though, let's just get on right into the deck profile. So I'm obviously playing 3 of the Toon Blackluster Soldier. This card is just amazing, and it's so easy to get into because even if you don't summon it with its own condition, there is just so much stuff in the deck now that can special summon out Toon monsters, ignoring their summoning conditions. So the way that you normally summon this card is it has to be first special summoned by tributing Toon monsters from your hand whose levels equal 8 or more, just like how you would ritual summon basically. But then when this card is on the field, it actually can attack the turn that it is summoned, which I really like. They seem to be kind of like straying away from that now with the Toon monsters. But anyways, if you don't plan on attacking, what this card can also do is that it can just banish 1 card on your opponent's side of the field. It doesn't have to be a monster, just banish 1 card, and then the only downside is that this card can't attack for the turn, but that's kind of expected with Toon cards. Overall, this card is just like really perfect. It's just what we need, and can attack directly just like all the other Toons. And so now we're going to go on into 3 Toon Dark Magician. Now, I really was trying to keep this down to 2, but what I kept finding in testing was that I was just a little bit short on getting out Toon World still, which should not be a problem considering like how much searching and with the draw power with the Pot of Extravagance reprint in here and whatnot. But overall, I think that you just still need to run 3 Toon Dark Magician, because if you can somehow still get this onto the field, you're able to then discard a Toon card in order to search out a Toon. And so, yeah, you just basically try to get this onto the field with your Red Eyes Toon Dragon, discard another Toon to add Toon World, and then you get Toon World onto the field, and then all of your problems are fixed. The main focus is just to get Toon World onto the field. Otherwise, if you get like a second Toon Dark Magician in your hand or something, and you just want to discard, there's still a few cards in this deck that can be discarded off this effect in order to help get better stuff into your hand if you want to get your counter trap or whatever else that you need. And then also what you can do with this is you can discard a Toon in order to special summon a Toon from the deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So still really nice to be able to pull the Toon Blackluster Soldier out. So overall, I like playing it at 3. And then we're going on into the Toon, the 2 copies of Red Eyes Toon Dragon. This is pretty standard, but while this card is on the field, you can once per turn special summon a Toon from the hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. Can't attack the turn that it's summoned or anything, but overall it's really easy to get these 2 onto the field together, and then you can just overlay them into a rank 7 or something. So overall, like, I just really like playing them in the deck at the 3 and 2 ratios. Then going on, one of my collector rare pulls, we have the Toon Harpy Lady. Like, just look at how beautiful that looks in the collector's rare. So with this card, basically, it kind of goes with like the Harpy theme, that when you summon this card, as long as you have another Toon on the field, you can blow up 1 spell or trap on the field. And again, this card can't attack the turn that it's summoned or anything, but it can special summon itself to the field, so you don't have to waste your normal summon in case you need to like tribute or anything, because there is every now and then where you like unfortunately need to like tribute summon for these guys. So if you get like both of these in your hand, just special summon them and then like tribute summon for your Toon Dark Magician or something like that. Then I am playing the 1 Toon Dark Magician Girl. I still really like this card at 1 just to be able to poke for 2,000 damage directly. So this card, it is not one of the monsters that can't attack the turn that it summons. So as long as you can get this on the field along with your BLS, you can attack for 5,000 direct damage, which is just really powerful. You know, like the main goal with this deck is just to OTK, get your opponent down, or just try to control the board. So that's why I really like playing this. And again, this is a special summon kind of card, so if you've already done a normal summon, you can go ahead and just special summon this to the field by attributing one monster, and that's all you got to do. And then for our best normal summon of the deck, basically our only normal summon is the Black Stone of Legend. So what this card does is you contribute it on your side of the field in order to special summon out the Red Eyes Toon Dragon. And then also when this card's in your graveyard, you can put this card back into your hand and then shuffle the Red Eyes Toon back into your deck. So I really like that play. The only thing is you can only activate one of its effects per turn. So if you add this back to your hand, you can't go ahead and just summon this and tribute and get back your Red Eyes Toon. But overall, it does recycle, helps keep your hand advantage, and keeps your Red Eyes Toon back in the deck, which is the main reason why we can get away with playing Red Eyes Toon at 2. Heck, you could even really drop it down to 1 if you felt like it. Then going on, we are playing the 3 Nibiru. Now, this is a strategy that's been going around, been pretty popular, and I really like playing it. So basically with this, if your opponent is playing a combo deck and you let them go first, they tribute summon 5 times, or they summon 5 monsters, and then you just go ahead and tribute all of their monsters, and you can make the token that you give them as big as you want, because then when it comes around to your turn, you activate Comic Hand, and then you just steal the big token, and then you can attack them directly with that token because it will be considered a Toon Nibiru token. So you can wipe out your opponent's big stuff that you don't want on the board, and you can just steal back that token with Comic Hand. Basically the main focus of this deck is to get Comic Hand onto the field and steal your opponent's really nice stuff, which is very Toonish. Then going on, we are playing 3 copies of Toon Kingdom. This card is treated as Toon World while it's on the field. You activate it by banishing the top 3 cards of your deck face down, and then while this is on the field, your Toon monsters can't be targeted, and they can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, which is really, really nice. So if they are going to be destroyed by battle or card effect, you just banish 1 card from the top of your deck, which is totally fine. So the main focus is getting this onto the field, keeping it protected, and then, again, getting out Comic Hand just to steal your opponent's nice resources and try to beat them as quickly as you can. Then going on, 3 Toon Table of Contents. This is your main searcher of the deck. It just searches out any Toon card. And then we are going on into my next collector's rare pull, the Toon Bookmark. Like, this card is actually my favorite because, like, I just love that sort of like 3D effect that these have. But basically, Toon Bookmark is just a new version of Toon Table of Contents. It can search out a Toon World or any card that has Toon World in its text. So that's the main way that you use it. So basically, every card in this deck says, if Toon World is on the field, do something. So this card can search out any card that deals with Toons, including Mimicat and Comic Hand, which were not previously searchable. So that's why this card is just amazing and bonkers, and I just love the artwork. Like, he just looks so silly. But anyways, going on, we are playing 3 copies of the new Toon Page Flip. I think that this card is, it's almost close to being able to play at 2, but I mean, gosh, I just like it at 3 also, because this card is just a free summon. So with this card now in the deck, you can easily get out like 4 Toon monsters on your opening turn, as long as you count the Comic Hand Steel card as a Toon monster, or even 5. But basically what this card does is you pick 3 Toon monsters with different names, your opponent picks 1 random card, and then you special summon that to the field. So basically the way that I use this is whatever monster that I can't get with Red Eyes or Toon Dark Magician, then I just try to get with the Toon Page Flip, and that's really all you, like, I mean, so you can easily get out all 3 of your BLS, Dark Magician, and the Red Eyes Toon. Like, these 3 will be on your field almost every single duel. So, like, this card and the Toon Page, or the Toon Bookmark, just really add to the consistency of this deck, which was a big problem. Then going on, we are playing 3 copies of Comic Hand. Obviously, I've sort of talked about this card enough, but it is a snatch steal for Toons. All you have to do is have Toon World on the field, and you can steal one of your opponent's monsters. They keep their effects, and they can attack your opponent directly, which is just insane. So like overall the best target with this is like if you can steal your opponent's Appaloosa, like oh my gosh, like your opponent should try to not even summon Appaloosa against you when you're playing Toons, because if you just use Toon Table of Contents, search out a Toon World, use a Toon Bookmark, search out a Comic Hand, and then activate both, like your opponent's just like they should not be playing Appaloosa against you. Then going on, we're playing 3 Pot of Extravagance. We don't care about the extra deck very much in this deck. So the start of your main phase, you just get rid of 6 random cards from your extra deck, banishing them, and then you get 2 free draws. So it's just really, really nice. Then we're playing the 1 Mimicat just to steal more stuff, because this is still supposed to be a fun trollish deck. And then 1 Shadow Toon. I've just been testing with this, and I really, really like it in the deck. Because if you're able to get out, like, let's say you get out the Toon BLS, and then you get out the Toon Dark Magician Girl, that is 5,000 damage. And then if your opponent has a big boss monster, like a 3,000 attack Boral Sword Dragon or something, then you just go ahead and activate Shadow Toon in your main phase 2 or main phase 1, and then that means that your opponent is going to take that 3,000 damage, and right there, that's like the end of the game. So I just really like having the 1 Shadow Toon in there. It's super searchable, and it can just deal that big damage if your opponent is playing big monsters. Then we were playing the 1 Terraforming, just for another way to search our Toon Kingdom. 1 Monster Reborn, because, you know, we like getting stuff back. And then the 1 Toon Terror for a 40-card deck. You really only need the 1 Toon Terror in here because basically the way that this deck is supposed to be working is that you're going to OTK your opponent. But if you know for sure that you can't OTK, then you just use like Toon Table of Contents or your Toon Dark Magician Girl, or sorry, your Toon Dark Magician, to add the Toon Terror to your hand, set it, and then if your opponent tries to, like, you know, swing in on their second turn, then you just activate Toon Terror whenever they're trying to, like, destroy your Toon Kingdom or blow up your board. You just need the 1 Toon Terror for your protection. Now let's head on into the extra deck, which really isn't that important, but we are playing a few of the rank 7s. We're playing 2 Red Eyes Flare Metal and the 1 Big Eye. This is just like another way to like steal more of your opponent's resources, or if you're able to deal in again like that 5,000 damage with your Toon BLS and your Toon Dark Magician Girl, do that 5,000 damage there, and then if you can attack with Red Eyes Flare Metal, that's going to get your opponent down to 200 life points. And then if you have Red Eyes Flare Metal on the field, then that means that your opponent isn't going to be able to activate any card effects. They're just going to lose. So it's just a really fun trolly way to do things. So again, like I've mentioned, it's super easy to get out these 4 monsters together. So like you summon out the Red Eyes Toon, have Red Eyes Toon special out Toon Dark Magician, and then activate your Toon Page Flip, get out BLS, and then if there's another way, like Toon Dark Magician's effect, to special out the Toon Dark Magician Girl, these 2 cards can't attack, so you just overlay into Red Eyes Flare, and then right there you have like just enough damage to put your opponent right up in an unstoppable corner. So these 4 cards just work so great. That's why I made sure to keep the 1 Toon Dark Magician Girl in the main deck. Then for the rest of our rank plays, we're playing 2 Abyss Dwellers. You know, you could try to get this up to 3, but I just couldn't find any extra space in the extra deck. I wanted to keep this at least 2. That way, if you banish them off with Extravagance, you got to make sure you have multiples. So there are a lot of multiples in here, but we're playing the 1 Barricade Board Blocker because we're playing field spells. 2 Nightmare Phoenix, 2 Nightmare Cerberus, and 2 Unicorn. And then just a few rank 4 options, Appaloosa, Boral Sword, and Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax. These 2 work really good because if you're playing Comic Hand and you steal like 1 or 2 of your opponent's like Link 2 monsters, then you can just go into Avramax or Appaloosa, you get 2 negates, or you just get a big boy on the field. So overall, that's pretty much it for the extra deck. Now we'll go on into the side deck a little bit. So if you are playing the Nibiru in the main deck and your opponent is not playing a combo deck, when you go in for games 2 and 3, just swap out Called by the Grave. That's like the easiest way to do it. Because if your opponent does ash you on like a Toon Table of Contents, it does kind of hurt. So I like to, you know, swap in Called by the Grave if I can with Nibiru. Then 3 Cosmic Cyclone, or you could play Twin Twisters, whatever you prefer. But I like the Cosmic Cyclone just because, you know, you do have decks out there like Eldritch and whatnot, so might as well be playing this. Then we were playing, obviously, 3 evenly matched, 3 Dark Ruler No More for the other combo decks that are out there, and then 3 Infinite Impermanence as well. But guys, that's going to do it for the deck. Thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed putting this together. Yeah, overall this was a really fun deck to build. Please consider checking out my other video where I opened up all of these collector's rares. I really highly suggest it, and I will try my best to do other combo videos or other stuff with this Toon deck. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.